the name of Jesus. Lord, we thank you for this day, oh God. We thank you for Millie, oh God. We thank you for the gifts that you've given unto her, oh God, and for her to make this divine connection tonight. We ask, oh God, that you would bless everyone here, oh God. Your word says to stir up the gifts. You've given us all something, oh God. And your word also says that you would give us the desires of our hearts. So tonight, all these women gathered here tonight, give them the desires of their heart. Make their visions come to fruition. Lord, we thank you, we praise you, we love you, we honor you, and we adore you. And we can do nothing without you, but all things with you. So be with us, assign your angels to each and every one of us tonight, to encamp around us all night long, oh God, and give us traveling mercies to travel to and fro. And in your precious, mighty, awesome, matchless name, we thank you. Amen. Amen.
So the book. Okay, so I wrote a little book called Friend in Your Pocket. And it was definitely a gift from God, because I was asked at the age of 14 to write a story about my life. 14, I was having fun. I met my husband. He's my boyfriend then. He's my husband now, 24 years later. So I didn't do it. Long story short, in 2008, I think we all have experiences that kind of wake us up. So in 2008, I had an experience with the NYPD, the lovely 46th Precinct, where, you know, they were bothering kids in the community, and this time happened to be my son. I asked why I turned into getting punched, pepper sprayed, thrown in jail for 3 days, fighting for my freedom for a whole year, and that's the story. But what it did for me is it forced me to move. I grew up in the Bronx in a place called River Park Towers. We were there for 28, 29 years. Yeah. We were there for a long time. I was on my sister soldier, like, I'm not leaving. People say, you gotta leave, you gotta leave. I'm like, no, I'm staying. Until one day I was coming home from work, and the same cop that beat me was getting off the elevator as I was walking in. So I said, okay, girls, we leaving. Don't know where the money coming from, don't know how we gonna do it, but we leaving. You know, so me and my husband, we looked at our finances. We were fortunate that we had saved in a 401k. So everybody, invest in your 401k. It's important. You may not like to see it coming out your check, but this was a time where we looked around. We didn't have no money saved in the bank, but when we looked around, we had money enough to move. So we took the move. Got my mother out the hood, got my kids out the hood, and I was still very, very depressed. Didn't know. I wouldn't even say depressed. I just didn't feel fulfilled. You know, you do something like that, something you've been wanting to do your whole life, and then you're like, what's next? The next was, I looked out the window, and I said, well, what we going to do, God? He said, write. Started writing on Facebook, started writing in little books. I would go to Marshall's and buy all those little cute journals and just start writing. No rhyme, no reason, no purpose, just writing. And he was giving me thoughts every day, and I would put them on Facebook, and people would inbox me and say, man, you don't know what that did to me today. You were speaking to me. How did you know I was going through this? And I said, okay, we on to something. And then Instagram popped up, and then I started doing that, and I started building a network, and then before I knew it, we had a book. And now we have 3 books. And, so we have 2 adult books and 1 children's book, and it's all God. I'd be in the shower, and he'd just be giving me thoughts, and I'd be trying to race out and figure out how I was going to write it down, or he'd wake me up out my sleep, because when you have a gift and he's trying to tell you to give it to people, he won't even let you sleep. People say, well, how you do it? You this place, you that place. It's nobody but God, because we would normally say, oh, I'm tired, I can't do it. You can do whatever it is that you want to do, So you're sitting on your gift. When you're just sitting on our butts, we're sitting on our gifts, and something has to drag them up. It's like tapping into a water source or a tree and getting the sap out of it. What drives you to go for your passion and your dreams? So this is what it is. I look at people all the time. I look on Instagram. All of us have beautiful ideas, beautiful talents, whether we're making cakes, making coquito, making watches. I mean, what I'm saying. So a guy had joked, he wrote a little book, it was called The Instagram Flea Market. And it really is like a flea market. Everybody's doing something. And it's a wonderful thing that we can all come together, you know, with these wonderful, beautiful women that put this whole event together, and as women, because we as women can change the world. We changed the whole election. Obama's in office because of us, because of what we did. So we need to, well, I don't know how y'all feel about him right now. A lot of people ain't too happy about him right now. You know, but we change the world, and that's what we need to do. We have to band together. We can make millions, because God has designed us with everything we need to succeed. We were born equipped to be millionaires and billionaires. If you look at people who are living their dreams, none of them had to go to school for what they do. Bill Gates, you know, he dropped out. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was just a whiz on purpose. Oprah, you know, you can't go to school to learn your gift. It's something that God gives you. What is your gift? What is your gift?
Makeup.
Yeah, what is your gift? It's
makeup.
It's making people feel good,
yeah.
Making people look good. That's your gift. And however, whether you're a fashion stylist, whether you're a hairstylist, whether you're just a social worker. I'm a social worker. I work in juvenile detention every day. I've been there 6 years. So I do that on top of doing this. So I know that my voice and my hugs, that's what my mom would call my ministry. I love people. That's just what I do. So take the time to cultivate your dream. We have money for what we have money for. People say, well, I know it's expensive, but we all like nice pocketbooks. We all like nice shoes. We might not probably can't get the Remy weave that we want, you know, but sacrifice for your dream, you know, sacrifice. I haven't really bought anything new in a long time. I like to buy something new, but you know, I can't. I like a new car. That's what I would like. God, he knows that, but I can't do it right now because I'm doing this, and this takes money, and it takes time, and it takes energy, and you know, you just gotta sacrifice, because the funny thing is, you sacrifice now and they'll have abundance later. All the things that we want, you know, we see celebrities, they get everything for free, and these are all the things that we're taking our paychecks and going bankrupt to buy, and they get it for free. Why? Because of their gifts. So we can be the same people. We can do the same thing. I want to say something else. Employ, you know, because it's hard, because you can't do this by yourself. I come with a team. I come with my mother, husband, brother. This is my son's girlfriend, you know, my brother's girlfriend. I bring everybody. But that's what you have to do. You have to use the people that are around you. And sometimes it's not easy. But then sometimes, you know, the bickering and the arguing is worth it, because you bring in new people sometimes and they don't get you like your mother or your sister will get you. And of course y'all going to argue, but so what? Because at the end of the day, it's going to be all love. I love kids. Employ kids. If you have young boys and girls around you, bring them into your business so you can show them careers and things that they would have never thought possible before. So I've been dragging this little young woman. She's in a co-op program in her school. My company is a real company, so they allow her to come and work with me. You know, she goes to school half the day, and she works with me longer than half the day. And, you know, some days it's 1, 2, 3 in the morning. She's with me. But this is something that she never thought was possible. You know, a lot of our kids are lost, as you know. But a lot of reason why they're lost is because they don't know what they're capable of doing or what they want to do. Yeah, no direction. And they can't see themselves as a doctor or a lawyer, because some of them can't read too well or don't like math, or they have this phobia at school. But maybe they can do something else. And it's up to us to show them that they can. So I would always say, bring teenagers into your programs, whatever you're doing. Bring a kid. Get an assistant that's a girl. They love makeup. You know, like, do something like that. And that's really it. And you know, just protect your brand. Your brand is important. You know, God only gives the vision to you. So it's up to you to convey it to the people the way you need it. And you got to be strict about it. You can't say, oh, you know, she'll do it. You know, I'll let her talk about it. No, you got to, if she gonna talk about it, we have to be speaking the same language. So make sure anybody who is with your brand speaking the same language. They gotta do it. When you work with telemarketers, they have talking points. That's because they don't want you veering off and saying something that's not correct, you know, because that's their product. So it's the same thing. So protect your brand. Trademark when you can. You know, go to LegalZoom. I did that. I trademark everything I do, because it's going to be important later on. So just, you know, just protect your brand. Branding is very, very important. I want to answer questions. Anybody got questions? Yes, I'm interactive. Questions. Any questions?
Are you raffling off one of your books?
I can do that.
Okay.
I can do that. That's another thing. Thank you.
How much is your book?
They're $15. I say yes to everything. I get in trouble for it because I shouldn't. The funny thing is Monica's sitting right here, but Monica asked me to come to do her 40th birthday party in the backyard, right? This is the summer. Yeah, it seemed like so long ago, right? But it was just the summer. And everyone was like,
she
what?
looks like she's 20.
They was like, what? Oh, yeah, not 40. She's 40 in fabulous. She loves it. Yeah, and they were like, in the backyard. And I'm like, yeah, we got to go. Like, you know, she asked me to be there. We got to go. We're going to sell some books, shirts. And that's exactly what we did. And
share the word of God.
Yeah. And in fact, some of the places that I've been to that I paid to go to, I sold more in her backyard than I did a lot of places. You know, so you never know who you're going to meet and why. So when people ask me, can you show up, can you speak, can you do this? Yes. You know, I can't stay all the time long. I'll be there. I'm coming, and we come. And like I said, we work a full schedule. My mother works, I work, husband, everybody works. But I make time for this because this is more important than work. This is going to pay off in the end. So just take major sacrifices. If God gives you the vision, it's on you to impart the wisdom on somebody else. And that's it, you know? Yes.
How is it when you made the transition to actually doing the book? What were the circumstances that arose? Because you know the devil always shows its face.
Oh yeah.
When God gives you that vision, like how did you overcome those circumstances? The hate or whatever it is. I don't know.
I just had a situation this week. That's kind of funny. But what happened was somebody who was a famous author said, you know, they want to help me.
Yeah.
Right? So when we got close to getting the book done, well, first let me just say this. This book sat with Simon & Schuster, a major publishing company, for 4.5 months. You know, so I was like, oh yes, you know, we're going to get this book deal, and it's going to, you know, we're going to get this money, and we're going to be traveling, and we're going to do this and that. Long story short, they gave the book back. They said, we love it, you need a fan base. Self-help books have to come, you have to come with your following, basically. So I just went on this campaign to just get the book out there and take pictures and go to all these different events. And then after I looked around, they said, come back in 4 months. I'm like, why am I coming back in 4 months? I did all the work. Why am I going to just give them? Because once you give your manuscript to them, they own it. It's theirs. You know, so if they want to adopt it into a movie or they want to do anything with it, you may get something, but you're not going to get your worth. You know what I'm saying? So it's best if you just hold on to it. It's going to take a little time. It's going to take a lot of energy. But at least you own it 100%. So when a movie or something comes up, you can say, this is how I want it done. This is who I want in the role. No one can tell you that because you own this 100%. So I just, yeah, if anybody has questions on how you get a book started, I'm always available to do it. I did everything myself. Again, I had someone who written a lot of books, sold millions of books, going to help me. We got close, and I started asking that person, okay, now, like, who's going to print the book? And she told me, Google it. So I'm like, Google it? You a mentor. Like, why am I Googling people that print books? So I said, well, what was that about? You know, I stepped back. You know, me and my mother, I was hurt. My feelings was hurt because I'm thinking this person was here to help. But she wasn't, you know. But the one thing she did tell me, she was like, self-publish. So even though she didn't help me in the way I thought she was going to help me, she did help me make my mind up about doing it on myself. So that's all she was there for. And I recognized that. That was it. That was the end of our walk together. And that was cool, you know. So, yeah. So it's been interesting. And how you overcome that is you just know that God told you. You know what I'm saying? And anytime somebody emails me and tells me, oh, you changed my day, oh, you did this, that confirms that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. So all of that negativity gets overcame. And you're gonna get it. You're gonna, you know, you're here in showbiz or whatever you do, you have to have a thick skin. You do. Because people say cruel stuff. People treat you cruelly for no reason. People that don't even know you, never been in your presence, they just don't like it. You know, I had somebody tell me, I don't want to be positive. I I don't want to be positive all the time. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm like, what? All right, so I can't align with you because that's not the path I'm going on. I can't be positive one day and negative the next. It's not going to work. That happened this week. So it happened. And that's okay. You got to let go. So, yes.
I have a question. I know that you said you did one adult book and 2 teenage books, I guess. Have you ever thought of doing like book for children?
No,
like
no.
little
The book is for little children. Did your son read it?
No, he's going to.
Okay. So the book is 10 and under.
Oh, okay.
Actually, this book, where our kids at,
My daughter's
12
a
and
visual
12 and up, they can read this. This book is for everybody.
Okay.
So yeah, it has pictures. The younger book, it has maybe like 6 or 7 illustrations, not too many, but it deals with bullying. It talks about school lunch, and it talks about skin color and hair texture and all of that stuff. It talks about anything you could think of. And this particular book is dedicated to children that suffer with vitiligo, what they call it, Michael Jackson disease. Having somebody, very close to me who has it. And so, yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's hard. So I, just to take that kind of shame off of it, and kids aren't used to seeing that. So I'm going to be highlighting those kind of things. So in that book, we definitely talk about vitiligo and what that is, and, how you talk about it.
Ever thought of publishing it in other languages? Or
Yes.
in Braille?
Yes, I thought about it because I've been approached about doing an audio book for this book. So, and I thought about that again in the bathroom. All my books come in the bathroom. Yeah, so the audio book, and my mom speaks sign language. So I'm like, I definitely am missing a whole bunch of people by not having
like
an audio
that is so
book.
positive. It would be awesome for people that are like blind.
Yes.
Definitely.
Doing
something
it's coming.
awesome.
It's
Go
coming.
ahead.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Any other questions? I'm here. Even if you're shy, you can just email me. I got cards.
I didn't get a card.
No, you got it.
I got
You can talk.
I have a question, but I want to ask you.
Okay.
Just mono, female.
You got it. But yeah, just follow your dreams. Dig deep. It's gonna be scary. You gotta step out on faith and not by sight. We got a young woman back here that left a wonderful job, left a lot of money, and she has a mobile boutique in Harlem, and she's celebrating her 1 year tomorrow. So that's what happens when you follow your dreams, and just stick to people who are speaking your language for real. It's not always.
Amen.
Yeah. It ain't always fun because a lot of us, we love drama and we like our friends that come with all those dramatic stories. But you got to stick with people that are speaking your language and walking that path with you. Otherwise, we get too easily distracted.
So is that your last book, or are you going to do?
Oh no, this is the first one, and the second one is already done. I wanted to bring it out for Christmas, but they were like, "You still working the first book? You can't do that." So I'm like, okay. Spring 2014, May, the full-length children's book, because the children's book that's out right now is a short version. So the full-length children's book, it'll have more illustrations. And Friend in Your Pocket, Session 2, Your Visions Just Got Real, is part 2.
I like that.
Thank you.
I'll be buying one.
Thank you.
And tell them how you employ the youth to do the pictures for the mini book.
Oh, okay, Mom. Yeah, Mom. Okay. So the children's book, I had a kid from KIP charter school, and he did all the illustrations. So that's what I mean by employing the youth. Like I said, I work in juvenile detention, and I think a lot of our children have special gifts, especially our minority kids. They draw, they sing, we're just creative people. And a lot of times we don't know how to harness that into a career. We don't know how that's going to fit into going to school. So I'm giving kids an outlet to express themselves. So, and that's one of the ways. So yes, he's a 17-year-old boy.
But how did you go about getting the school involved to let him?
Oh, see, there go Mama again. She works in school food. So just talking, because they really do need people to just come into these kids' lives. A lot of people won't do it. I work with the kids. You know how hard it is for us to get youth speakers to commit to our children. People say, it sounds like fun. Oh, yeah, I'll do it. And then the day come, oh, my mother is this, that happened, and we can't get people to commit to our children. So when you have people really that want to be invested in our kids, you'll be surprised how the doors open.
So do you have to submit paperwork to the school showing that you're a legit company?
No, I didn't. No.
Oh, okay.
No.
That's awesome.
Yeah. What do you want to do?
Well, I deal with the elderly. We go to their homes and we do their hair and their feet.
Oh, nice.
So I would like to try to get some kids that involved in that. Also knowing that, you know, the elderly is a forgotten society.
Yes.
It's a group of people that people seem that once they get old, they push them to the side and they're forgotten, and they shouldn't be. Because, you know, they raised us and we're who we are because of them. So I feel like we should give back to them. So it'd be kind of awesome to get some young kids to, you know, go out with me and help.
Okay. Let's connect.
Okay.
Okay. You never know. I worked in a Head Start program. They had a thing called RSVP, and it was like we rented grannies, and they would come. Remember, they would come into the school and just sit in the classroom, and the children loved it. A lot of children didn't have elder grandparents or whatever, and then a lot of the elders didn't have, you know, little grandchildren, or their grandchildren live so far away. So that's a good program, and it's coming back. So
yeah, because we also deal with the sick too, the terminally ill.
Okay.
So it's something that, you know, kids have to also realize that they have to use protection when they're out there. And I kind of want them to open their eyes up to realize that, you know, it's not all about them. It's about all of us.
It's the large picture. All right. So yeah, we exchange phone numbers and stuff like that.
Like
Let's
to
do
do
something.
that. Okay.
Yes, Rose. You can stop.